This is the second part of topic B on the bottom of page 65, starting with rulers.
You can see mine are already visible to me. I have my horizontal ruler at the top, and here I have my vertical ruler in the very left-hand side of my screen. And the rulers display margins and the indentation boundaries of the selected paragraph. They also give you an idea of the size of items in your document. Rulers are displayed at the top of a document and at the extreme left of the document. You can display measurement units as inches, centimeters, millimeters, points, or picas. The default measurement unit is inches. By default, rulers are hidden. If you want to display your rulers, you can go up to the View tab on your ribbon, and here in your Show command group, you have a checkbox for ruler. So you can see I uncheck, a little bit of a delay there, and you can see they are taken off my screen. I always keep my rulers on. I always like to have a good idea of where my indent markers are, where my margins are as well. So I like to keep mine visible at all times. So we're going to take a look at our indents, and these three little markers on my horizontal ruler, these are indent markers. Also, this one all the way to the right is an indent marker as well. So an indent refers to the amount of space between a margin and a line or paragraph. You can increase or decrease indents within the page margins. You can also create a negative indent, which pulls the line or paragraph toward the left margin. Indent markers are available on either end of the horizontal ruler. So again, these are your indent markers. There are 4 in total. You can set paragraph indentation by selecting the paragraph and dragging the markers to the desired indent position on the ruler. So we'll use this second paragraph here. Like I said, when you're working with paragraph formatting, you don't necessarily have to select the whole entire paragraph. I have a tendency of doing that just to be on the safe side. I've been doing it, forever since I've learned these programs. So it's just a habit I have to be on the safe side. You don't necessarily have to for paragraph formatting. For font formatting, you do have to select everything. So that's why I just select everything to be on the safe side. So I'm going to select paragraph beginning with reading is easier too, and we're going to take a look at our indent markers. At the very top, right here, you can see when I hover over it, this tells me that this is a first line indent. And this controls the left boundary of the first line of a paragraph. So you can see if I click and drag this over to the 1-inch mark, it only moves the first line of the whole entire paragraph. If I bring this back, moves the first line back. If I had both of these paragraphs selected and move that first line marker, it moves the first line of both paragraphs. So whatever text I have selected, it's moving the first line of each paragraph in that selection. All right, I'm going to move this back, and we'll take a look at the second one. Now there's 2 little markers down here, so you have to be very precise on which one you select. So this is the middle one. When I hover over, you can see I get the name of hanging indent. And this controls the left boundary of every line in a paragraph except the first line. So if I have these 2 paragraphs selected, reading is easier and themes and styles are going to stay in place, but everything else is going to be moved over. Okay, so I bring that over to the 1-inch mark. First line stays put. Everything after that in each paragraph is moved to this, again, what we call a hanging indent. All right, I'm going to move that back. And then the third marker on the left-hand side is our left indent marker. And this enables you to move the hanging indent and the first line indent. So this moves everything together. You can see my first line indent marker and my hanging indent marker and the left indent marker are all moving together. So first line, hanging, which is everything except the first line in the paragraph, and then your left margin, which is going to move everything. And then our final indent marker, let me bring this back to the left-hand margin. Our final one is over here all by itself. This is the right indent marker, and this controls the right boundary of every line in a paragraph. So maybe I didn't want any text coming past the 5-inch mark on my page. I can just select the text, move my right indent marker to the 5-inch mark. You can see nothing's going to surpass that 5-inch right indent marker. So you can control the boundaries of your text without even changing your margins on your page. You can use those indent markers to update them as well. Okay, and then our indentation options on the bottom of page 77. You can set precise indentation options in the indentation section of the paragraph dialog box. So let's say you're not very good at reading a ruler. Nothing wrong with that. With these two paragraphs selected, maybe I wanted to put my hanging indent at 1.75. But I need to be exact, and I'm not good, at getting the precise measurement on the ruler. I can select these two paragraphs, go to my Home tab, my paragraph group, and I'm going to select the dialog box launcher. And then on my Indents and Spacing tab, here I have an indentation section. So you can see I can change my left indent marker. You can use your spin arrows, or you can type directly into the box as well. You'll get a preview of what that's going to look like at the bottom section here. So you can see I increased my left marker, so that brought the whole paragraph over. If I bring that down, it goes back to the left margin. You can see I can even make a negative indent as well, which goes into the margin area. And right below that, you have your right margin, your right indent marker. So that increases the indent from your right-hand margin. The higher you go, again, you can type directly into this box as well. Then you have a special drop-down. You can input your first line indent, so that's only going to move your first line of your paragraph, leaves every other line after that as is. Or, let me bring this back down to 0, you can choose your hanging indent. And remember, say I wanted to do 1.75. I could use my spin arrows here. You can see when I bring it to 1.7, I can't get to 1.75. So I can just type that directly into the box here. And then click OK. And you can see my hanging indent marker has been brought to that exact position on my ruler. So again, if you're not good at the measurements on your ruler, your best bet is to use your paragraph dialog box launcher to input them directly into the dialog box.
Our next video will be activity 2.4 on page 68.